What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to The Good, the Bad and the Stupid. It's Wednesday, the 3rd of December. It's an important day for your diary. If you didn't know already, you're allowed out today. Officially, you're allowed out anyway, but you're allowed out into... The shops are open, the pubs are open, the cafes are open, and I've already had notice that the pubs are full. You can't get a table. And you can't get a table, and when you do get a table, you've got to order a substantial meal. And if the substantial meal, people are trying to bend the rules and order a pack of crisps and a sausage roll, and then they're saying that you're not going to get your drink with it because you haven't ordered the substantial meal. So the pubs have got to enforce the law. It's good for them anyway because they get to double their money, don't they? They sell the meal and they sell the drink. So I wonder if it's a drink for every... Have you got to have a meal for every drink? So how many? If you want 3 pints, have you got to have 3 full meals? I don't know how it's going to work, but you're going to come out fucking rather fat and rather sleepy. But anyway, at least you're glad to be out and about. At least everything's back open, some kind of normality. I mean, you've still got to take your masks to go to the toilet and whatever else. It's weird, isn't it? Weird times. But and it's colder here than it is in Norway. So we want to do. Now we're allowed out. We want to get back indoors because it's fucking freezing. It's Snowmageddon apparently. That's what they're saying. Icelandic shiver. So we've had the African plumes. We've had the Sahara. What was the Sahara one? The Sahara fucking breeze or whatever it was. The Spanish plume as well. That was it. The African bulge, and now we've got an Icelandic shiver. We get them all, and none of them are exactly what they say. It is cold now, but the hot ones didn't come. They didn't even turn up. The African bulge, don't know where that went. Certainly didn't come where I was. But anyway, we're colder than Norway, so that's very, very short-lived. I'm sure Norway get fucking minus. They're into the minus 20s and 30s, aren't they? I think I'd be crying if I got anywhere near what the kind of temperatures Norway usually get. Crying, interrupted there by the ghost swinging the door open, telling me that the phone's ringing. It wasn't the ghost, but the phone was ringing. It might be the ghost on the phone because I never answered it. Anyway, what I was going to say, that's Dave the ghost. Anyone what I'm on about? I've got a ghost here called Dave, and he usually swings the door open while I'm doing the podcast. Usually when I'm talking about sexual stories, he usually gets involved in them. I think he's he's a highly strong ghost, although he's never tried it on with me yet. So luckily, I feel privileged on that front at the very least. Anyway, it's Wing It Wednesday, by the way, so I don't know what I'm doing today. I've not even read any of these. I seem to be more of a rush on a Wednesday than any other day put together. So yeah, anyway, what I was saying about Norway, I'd be crying because I've got the wrong clothes. People in England haven't got... We don't wear the clothes for minus 20, minus 30. So if we had a minus 20 come over, we'd have to wear everything in the wardrobe to try and fight against the how cold we'd be. But in Norway, they're used to it, aren't they? So they wear all the thermals, all the proper gear, like you would be going skiing. And when you got all that on, you don't feel it. And so unless you're like, a typical Brit who plans for everything, and you've got that one outfit for that one day of the year where it might happen, I think we're all just geared up for the rain. We know where we're at with the rain. We know we're going to get it, and we're all prepared for that. We've got raincoats coming out of our fucking arses over here. We've got umbrellas. We're full of... I haven't really, but everybody's got an umbrella. We know what to do when the rain comes. Everything else, we're fucked. Anyway, EasyJet are forcing passengers to shell out 24 quid extra to use the plane's overhead luggage lockers. So now, if you got to get a smaller bag. It's getting smaller and smaller, isn't it? That's why you got to go to hotter and hotter countries, so you need lesser and lesser clothes. So you can take a smaller bag. It don't cost you much, and the bag's got to fit under the seat. If the bag fits under the seat in front, you can take it on for free. If you want to use the overhead locker, you got to pay 25 quid. So I tell you what, you women, you got no chance. You normally have about 4 bags in the overhead lockers, don't you? Probably just say forget it. 1 bag's for my hair dryers and all my makeup. The other bag's all full of shoes. The other bag's full of loads of outfits I'm not going to wear. And the other bag is full of condoms, just in case I get lucky. It depends on where you're going. If you're going away with your friends. Usually in that situation, anybody that's brave and thinks that a blase takes a bag full of condoms away with them. They come back with them all. They never use even one. It's a curse of. It's like the curse of death, or the curse. You're cursing yourself basically. I don't know what the right word to say is. Anyway, somebody tried to have a number plate that says. You can tell it reads bollock actually. It's BO70. It's a number plate on his car. BO70OCK. And that doesn't equate to anything, does it? But if you look at it, it looks like it says bollock. I don't know why somebody would want that on their as their number plate, but it's been banned. And there's another one, AS70HLE, and that says arsehole. That'd be a good one. Anyone who's brave enough to have that knows his fucking worth, doesn't he? He knows he's an arsehole. Donald Trump should get that one. Another one, bastard, BS20TRD. And that looks like it says bastard. So these are quite funny. I bet they're worth some money as well, because their number plates are ridiculous. The amount of money people pay for their number plates. But you'd have to have it on your wall. There's another one, the scrotum, fanny, go to hell. That was alright. Why is that one banned? Blowjob, bollocks, shagger. Shagger, that's the fucking good one. Shagger. You're not going to you're not going to get a fucking a bird who's going to stick around, but they're there, at least they know where you stand. Anyway, the Pogues frontman Shane McGowan has had to have. There's a documentary coming out about the Pogues. That's going to be great. I can't wait to see that. That'd be right up my street. I love the Pogues. I think they're fucking brilliant. And Shane McGowan, you can't get a fucking more of a character than him, can you? And he looks pretty fucking. He's pretty damn sexy with his new teeth. He's got new like cartoon teeth in because he's had his teeth before were just fucking totally destroyed, weren't they? And he didn't give a shit. But now he's gone for the super smile. He's got like a shiny, bright smile, and he's got like. A film coming out about him anyway, and he's had to have subtitles put on the film because nobody can understand a word he's saying. Maybe that's his new teeth, or maybe it's because he's sober. When he's pissed and he's singing, you still can't understand the fucking word he's saying anyway. But he's got a weird kind of out of tune, nice sounding tune to him. It's like Bob Dylan, totally out of tune, but it works in some way or shape. You forgive them because the writing's so well done. Anybody else, if they tried to sing like that and the songs were shit, imagine like Boyzone or something like that, someone with really, really shit songs, and they started singing like all out of tune as well. You'd be cabbaged off the stage. You'd be bottled off the stage. You wouldn't even survive. You'd be torn to shreds. Anyway, moving on. Alien life is unlikely to exist on other planets because it took a series of miracles for humans to evolve, say scientists. We're back and forth on this subject. 1 minute they are here, another minute there's 50 planets just like Earth. Now somebody else is saying that they're unlikely to exist anywhere other apart from on Earth. Bullshit, I'm not buying that. I think they're everywhere. Otherwise, how can we watch Star Trek and things like that and really enjoy it, knowing that it's all bollocks and it couldn't possibly happen? Happen, should I say? I don't believe it. I mean, but this guy's you got the naysayers and you got the fucking the optimists and the pessimists. I'm on the optimism side. I'm with the guy who said there's 50 planets just like Earth with loads of people roaming around. I don't know if they're mirroring just like Earth, but there's there's aliens basically. They're coming. He'll have egg on his face when they come down. Maybe he's the first one they should go for. We should divert them to him and say that he said that you don't exist. So can you kill him first, please? And give us a chance to run away. Or they're not going to kill me. I've been championing them from the start to the finish, and plus they're listening to this podcast. I know they are. I've heard the signals have been picked up in space. I think that's my audience. Nobody on Earth seems to be giving a shit about the podcast. There's about 25 people who seem to listen on the regular. Apart from that, I think people are like that. Well, you know what? I think I'm out of people like me. I'm the Shane McGowan of this podcast. I must be out of tune to what people want to be listening to on a podcast. I'm amazed at how many podcasts are out there, and some of them are really shit, fucking like a knitting podcast or something like that. There are these kind of really obscure, specific type of podcast, and they get more listeners than me. It's wrong, isn't it? You know, you found me, so you're in the know, you're in the club, right? I tell you what, who's not in the club, and I don't want a stalker. Even if there's only 25 of you, I don't want a stalker out of any of you. And this woman, what's his name? Matthew Wright has got a stalker. Matthew Wright off a 1 o'clock in the afternoon shit TV programme. I forgot what it's called now. The Wright stuff. Terrible programme. Well, it's not a terrible programme, but it's a daytime TV programme. It's like, you know, he's not really famous. He's just somebody off the TV. Not really even a celebrity. But this woman is his stalker, stalking him, following him around everywhere and camping outside his house and wanting to meet the baby and think she's part of his family and everything like that. And she's stalking him and he's had to take her to court and get an injunction out against her. What a shit stalker. That's like the worst kind of stalker. You pick somebody famous at the very least, somebody who's like worth stalking, make it worthwhile. Just pick the right fucking no mark there. Not no mark, but you understand what I'm saying. He's like, she can't get near him. Maybe I hope she don't find this podcast and come out knocking outside my door. She go, well, I'll have to pick somebody who's like, you know, a bit nondescript and not famous now, or not even on the TV, and therefore I can get my stalking juices flowing again. And nobody, because imagine if I went to the police and said I've got a stalker, they go, well, you're not even nobody to be stalked, mate. I'm sorry, don't believe it, even though it's true. They'll know when she fucking come and breaks in and. You know, she'll do untoward things. She looks a fucking nutcase anyway, so I'll be looking out for her. If everybody outside my house looking like that, I'll be calling the police. Anyway, I don't think I'll be the first person to. I think she's done it more and more than once. I was surprised that there aren't other Z-list celebrities to come out and say she fucking was onto me first. Anyway, moving on. There's a last one I'm going to do. I think, in fact. Is it the last one I'm going to do? Nearly the last one I'm going to do. Let's do two. A giant wooden willy sculpture has disappeared from a mountaintop. Who's had that? Come on. A giant wooden willy, 6'5" statue was reportedly chopped down. Not even fucking... They've chopped it down. That's like a bloke's gone for firewood, hasn't he? Either firewood or they've just gone, you know, I want that big, massive penis that would look... That only looks good up on that mountaintop, would look good shit anywhere else. Like a totem pole dick. I want that in my living room, so I'm going to chop that down. That's going to turn up somewhere because people know it. It's a landmark. You can't go and have that in your house or in your garden. You go, yeah, it's that one that was up the mountain. Somebody's going to miss that, I'm afraid. It's not going to go unnoticed, and you're going to be known as the fucking Willy Nicker. It's in Germany. Penis-shaped monument, monster monument, 200 kilograms. So 200 kilograms, he didn't carry that down by himself either, did he? This is a mystery. This is like the Egyptians. Who took the 200 kilogram wooden penis down the mountain? How high was it? How was the mountain? It doesn't say how high the mountain was. But it's been up there for years, so... I'll tell you what. Someone stalked that penis. That's what they've done. They've stalked the penis. They've been on about it, they've been thinking every time they walk past it, I want that. I'm going to fucking have that. I'm having it for myself. Right, this is the last one I'm going to do. George Best's little book of black book of women's phone numbers has gone on sale. Well, it sold for 1.5 thousand. I would have thought it would have sold for a lot more than that, being a George Best, what's it called, artifact or memorabilia. But it's got a list of all the phone numbers of all the women that he's slept with and whatnot. I mean, it's no good to you. You can't be for starters. You ain't George Best, and for next thing, they're probably all like they're all really old now, aren't they? They were Miss World when they went into the book. They ain't Miss World now. They're Miss fucking pensioner. They're about 60 or 70 or 80 years old now, so it ain't gonna be quite. So whoever's bought the book, it's obviously bought just for nostalgia. Well, 1,500 quid. I'm a bit surprised about that. George Best should go for a lot more money than that, I'm afraid. And also, what else went? His shirt went for 13,000. I think the book should have gone for a lot more. At the very least, it has got Miss Canada, Miss UK, and Miss World in it. What's my little black book going to go for? I tell you what, not a lot, because it hasn't got a fucking single number in it. Especially after this lockdown. That's all gone right out the window. That's the last one. Well, last one I'm going to do. I'm going to do one more, just for fucking good measure. A speeding motorcyclist has been compared to Del Boy because he got stopped on a fake French... He had a motorbike with a French number plate on. And he got pulled over and he started talking in French with a French accent to the police. And he's not French. And they said it was the shittiest French accent because he just pulled it. I'm not bollocks. I'm not insured. I got interrupted again. The phone's ringing. I'm gonna have to go. I'm afraid. The Dell boy, he's got his comeuppance. He had to speak in his proper language and explain himself that he's not French. So very embarrassing for him. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've been interrupted twice now. It's time to move on and do another one tomorrow. I'll see you later. Bye.